This is my Smite Arena tier list Arena. I should probably find a good spot to sit. So I made some notes in class today because I was just sitting there. So here we go. This is my my tier list. I hope that all shows up a little bit. So that's what I'm basing this off of. I made a list when I was sitting in my lab about my just how good everyone is in Arena. I don't play Conquest, so I don't know about Conquest, but I have 1,200 Arena games, so I should know a little bit about Arena. We're gonna start with Agni, of course, because he's the first one. He's strong at all parts of the game, so at level 1, or I guess you start level 3. You have a good amount of damage, and level 20 you have a good amount of damage. And the stun is effective at all parts of the game. I think it's 1.25 seconds. Good ability. So, I have him listed as A. I believe that's where he belongs. He's balanced all around. Like, you're never going to be like, oh, Agni is broken. No, he's just always in the meta. Being cool and arenaing. He's pretty good with Ares, too. Then we got the Bumblebee. We're starting off right here pretty soon with one of the worst characters on the list. He's the worst hunter, for sure. But he's not, like, completely unplayable. I had it listed that he's weak early because he has very low damage, and he scales pretty hard. But he only scales if you can protect the hives. Like, if he dies, you get hive wrecked. So, or... yeah, I guess you're the hive protector. If your team can protect the hives, he's not trash. So he's like B. If you can protect the hives, he's almost. He's like, if you can't protect the hives, just put him D, because he wants the D. He's that bad. So Bumble D sitting over there in the C bracket. We got Outwatch, the Watch, or Outputch if you rather. He has high sustain and high burst damage. He doesn't do much sustaining damage in a fight. Like, he'll do his corpse explosion every 8 seconds with max CDR or something, and that's his damage. If you miss your corpse explosion, you go, oops! So we're going to drop him down to the A-. I think he is an A-. Like, I wouldn't pick him over Agni, if ranked arena was a thing, so there's that. And then, this is like my favorite guy right here. Anher. I think Anher is one of the best hunters in Arena. I have him put as A. For the exact reason of Xing and Ares are the top 2 Arena picks. Xing-Chan and Ares. And you hit your ultimate on Anher and you're like, boom, 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 and then they go, oh, can't kill him. So, Honor has built-in beads, and built-in beads are good. Now we got, this is a pick that people wouldn't put as highly as I would, because I'm that guy. We have Anubis. So, Anubis does the exact job of removing one person from the game. You throw your little locusty, oh geez, Mummify out. You hit them with the Mummify. You drop your hands of touchy, you get the laser beam on them, boom, dead, every time. They beads or they're dead. So he's like, if I could put him like B+, if B+ was the tier, I'd put him there. But I'm going to put him in A-, because I think he's better than B. There's a lot of Bs that I'll get to, and he's better than him, in my opinion. Also, you get the Ares chains. I'm going to bring up Ares a lot, because he is the top pick in Arena. You will just take him. That was a Steam notification. So, you ult on Ares, you hit like 1 or 2 people that don't have beads, and then Anubis just, all of them are dead. They all just explode of internal cancer. So that happens. Then we got the Quang. People don't think Ao Kuang's good anymore, because they nerfed him like 55 times, and they're wrong. Now, this is all my opinion. This whole list is my opinion, by the way. That's why I'm going to bring it up a lot. But I play people differently. Like, my Ao Kuang, I build straight tank because the execute is 30% at rank 20, regardless of how much magic power you have. So you can just literally just tank. You don't do much CC, but you get gem of isolation. And like if anyone goes below 30, you're just like, oops, you're dead because you're Ao Kuang. I also wrote that if you could play him like Loki, and he'll play out fine. So he's just like a solid A. I think he's better than Pwatch or Anubis. That's just my opinion. I think Ao Kuang is good, and they have to nerf him again if they want him to be out of the meta completely. Then we get to Afro, who people are gonna dislike me for this, but I don't think Afro is good in Arena at all. I think she's straight worse than Chang'e and Hell. Hell is like a given because she's broken. Even after the nerf to Hell, I think she's still top tier. And Afro just goes bids. Okay, and then she's good against like Bellona, who's pretty top tier because she could stop the bludgeon in 2 different ways, which is really good. But that's all she does. She get 2 people, including herself. She counts as one of the 2 out of a Hades ult, if that matters to you. Woo. DM's gonna if he sees the tier list, he's gonna be like, "No, my Afro, you're so bad." That's what he's gonna say. It'll sound like that. Then we got Apollo. Apollo's gonna join Afro in the B. Now, Apollo has a lot of good things going for him. He has a strong dash. He has a mez that like Kumba. Kumba's is better because if they get knocked out of it, they're still slowed. And he has a line dot. But then he has line dot. He has a line skill shot piercing thing. And then he has an ult that's very bad. He has one of the worst ults in Arena. Like, it does damage. He can go from fountain to across the map if he wants to. But you're not going to be like, oh, look at my opponent. It's winning your team fight by itself. So, that's why I put him low. His passive's absurd. Like, often you could just go with, like, I don't skill the ult on Apollo. I wait till level 16 when I have to, and I'll be like, okay, I'll take the ult sometimes. Sometimes I'll take it at 5 if I feel like I'm going to be using it aggressively, but usually you can just wait and not take the ult, and your passive will just carry you because you're Apollo. So, he's not bad. Like, he's better than AMC, that's for sure. And we got Arachne. She's one of the worst gods in Smite. They, like, totally changed her. I thought she was better when she had the slingshot pull that Sylvanas now has. But hers went through walls. You could pull them into your fountain on Arachne, and sometimes you just got kills like that, and it was fun. Like, they took away all of her fun and just made her bad. She's like a bad Ninja, who's also bad. We'll get to that. But I don't think Arachne's good, so sorry, Arachne. You're trash. Right, this is... Like, Ares is literally SS. You could pick him on any team. You could do anything you want with Ares. You will win the game if you pick Ares. Like, 70% of the time. You're just like, oh, I'm Ares. I could be a drunk idiot and ult 2 people and you'll win the game. You ult 1 person every time and you'll still win. Because Ares is just absurd. He has 2 ultimates. He has chains and big chains. Like, 1 chains is insane on its own. It could be another ultimate if he wanted to. Just the ability to cripple is so huge in Smite. I keep telling my friends this, that there's like so many jumps in Smite. You're like, oh, look at my jump. Oh, look at my jump. Everyone has a jump. Jump, 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 jump. Ares stops everyone. Every single jump. He just goes, nope, I don't like them. And they don't happen. So, Ares. Like, Ares is the reason that Arena needs a draft mode. So I could ban him every game. It's that simple. Just give me draft Arena. I don't even want ranked Arena, though I miss that. I just want to get rid of Ares. Could they just permaban Ares in Arena? I'd be fine with that. And we get to Artemis. I put her at A-. I think Artemis is really good in Arena. She has the trap, which sometimes you get free kills with. She has a stim, which sometimes you just casually get your 15% crit with it, and you're like, and level 6, and you're getting crit, and you're dead. And I don't care, because I'm Artemis. She has the volley, which is good at clearing waves, and her ult, Tusky, which almost guarantees the 1 fight. You throw on Tusky, and it's like, oh, everyone's confused. What's going on? I'm just Tusky. I think she's really good. She's better in Arena than she is in Conquest, exponentially. Like, you could pick her in Arena. That's how much of a difference it is. We got to Athena now on the list. I'm sorry I keep looking down. I have this list with some stuff written out, so I apologize. I also put Athena A-. I think she's worse than a bunch of other Guardians that we're going to get to. Her ult doesn't do anything in Arena, is what people don't understand. Like, it's fine. You could use it if someone's caught out or if someone's engaging and get your blast of, like, 200 damage at level 1. It's not bad. It's just not good. Like, I think I'd rather have a follow ult, to be honest. It's close. But I just don't think she's that good. Like, the taunt is always going to be amazing. 2 seconds at rank 5. So you just go, like, if you have a Medusa, she goes to A+. Because you get that taunt to the Medusa ult, boom, dead. Everyone's dead. Very good combo. You get to a Wheelix here. Bloop, put her down in B. I'd pick a Wheelix over Arachne 100% of the time. That doesn't say much, but it says a little bit. Hello, Moogie. I hope I didn't slaughter your name. Just getting to the tier list, you know. I'm not going to talk to chat too much. I'm sorry. I apologize. So, Wheelix, she goes up a lot if you have a knockup. That isn't her. She goes up to A-. That's a big jump. But I don't think a Wheelix is good. Like, most assassins, you're going to notice that I put them pretty low in Arena. I don't think they're that good. Like, unless they're Loki or, like... I count Alquang as an assassin. He's no mage. That's a lie. And there's someone else who... Ratatasker is also a very good assassin. Besides that, you're just like, blah. They're assassins. You ain't assassinating anyone. Hey! We're on the second page. We made it through a whole page of loose leaf, guys. Bacchus! Wait, yeah, AMC is C-Man. He's not very good. Like... I'm gonna upload this to YouTube afterwards, so you can check it out there. I give an explanation on everyone. So Bacchus, A-. Also, he's about the same as Athena. His ult is really annoying. You get hit by the Bacchus ult, and you're like, do I just go over here, and then I go over there? And Bacchus, he has a good knockup, a good stun, a good ult. And then he has an ability that doesn't do anything. Which he needs, because if he had 4 good abilities, he would be Ares level. So, there we go. I think he's very good. He might be A. I might be giving him a little less credit, because I don't like playing him. But, I think he's good. We get over to Baka. We're giving him B. Another assassin problem here. Completely useless without the ult. So you're ultless on Baka, and you're like, I don't do anything. Like, the ult, he's good. If you could ult 100% of the game, Baka would be A. He would be A+. I just want to point out, I have a lot of A+'s on here. They're coming up. I put a bunch, right? Did I just forget A+ existed? Apparently, I don't have that many A+'s. I lied. I'm sorry. We'll get to them. But Baka is pretty good. I think he's good if you could ult. Like, Devour Minions, crap. Thank you for following. Moogie. Welcome to the Doofus Army. I hope you enjoy your stay. So, that's Baka. You need a Fatalis on Baka. It's kind of restricted item build-wise, but that's okay. Like, in the comps, he's good. He's really good, though, so he gets credit there. We'll get on to Bastet. Oh, look! Another assassin in the B! Oh, no, how sad. So, Bastet has this really unique problem that no one else suffers from in the game. Bastet has this problem called, they nerfed Hog, I could use cats, but why would I use cats? Because they're going to go on the creeps, because this is Smite. True story, you could literally ult creeps. You can ult people, and they'll be like, just bring the aggro to the creeps, because cats love creeps for some fucking reason. I don't get her. But she also has this other problem where her window of, like, killing someone is pre-10 minutes in Conquest. It's like 10 to 15 minutes in Conquest. In Arena, you're hitting that minute at like 7. So you have like 7 to 10 minutes to kill someone on Bastet. You get past that and you go get a half health someone. It's cool and all. Yeah, Bastet's at B. She doesn't deserve C. That's correct. Silly Moogie. Alright, I'm gonna get over to an S. It's Bologna. Oh, no one saw her there. Jeez, Bologna. You're so silly. So Bologna has this thing where she gets buffed and buffed and buffed and nerfed and buffed and buffed and nerfed and buffed and nerfed. And when they nerf her, they don't nerf her enough. I believe in the last patch they added 15 mana to her dash. Super big nerf, biggest nerf in the game, unplayable. That was me being sarcastic. They didn't nerf her at all. It's like they didn't change her. They were like, oh, she's the top pick in Conquest, she's good in Arena. We'll change nothing about that. And this is where she stands. Bologna's very good. Kabrakin, most Guardians are an A-. I think they're all good, and I can't, like, give them this credit. I'm going to scroll down a bit. We don't need to be that high up. There we go. So, Kabrakin is strong. You get people in the mosh pit, and then they just have seizures and die. You get beads out, you can get out with jumps and stuff, but you're never going to be, like, walking straight out of the ability. It's so weird how you get caught in it, and you're just, like, screwed. And if you get moshed on top of a Poseidon whirlpool, you're just done. All hope is lost. And he has 2 good stuns. Like, one of them gives him move speed, which is sweet. And the other one just hits 4 people casually and gives them defenses. So, I think Kabrakin is the tits. I like him. Speaking of the tits, oh boy, what is he doing? Putting Chalk at A+, they say. So, Chalk has the second strongest arena ult in the game behind Ares. People don't understand how strong a silence with knockup is. It's just like team fight ending. You put down a Chalk ult. Hi, John. And the enemies are like, oh, I'm done. I'm just not gonna play the game. I'm just not gonna play. I'm Chalk. And you're like, that's cool. Rain. And then I'll do the spin. And I'll throw my axe, and it'll rain more, and it'll axe and spin, and your third hit does like 2.5 times damage or something absurd on your attack chain. His third or fourth hit just obliterates people. And I think Chalk deserves a ton of respect, because he's ridiculous. He's my favorite god. I'm not just giving him A+ because he's my favorite god. I think he's actually absurd. And people just don't respect him for some reason. So that's why he's there. We got Chang'e. We'll give her an A, because she has better sustain. Well, her sustain is worse than Afro's, but it's on a shorter cooldown. Stronger than Hell ult. Yeah. So, Chang'e has a ridiculous ult. She has invulnerability. Anyone with invulnerability just gets a high rating, in my opinion. Just give me a walking Aegis on everyone. Why don't you? And Chang'e's main reason to be A is she does way more damage than Afro. She just goes whoosh, and sometimes you lose half your health, and you can't escape from her if she gets a gem. Like, you can buy Winged Blade, but if you're buying a Winged Blade for Chang'e, you have problems. You have big problems. So I just want to say that. And then we got Chiron. Everyone on this list, this is the hardest one for me to evaluate because I've only played him 3 games. I put good damage, good ult, decent escape. So, on that statistic, we're going to give him an A-. His ult is sweet. I love his ult. It's really cool. It's like a ROM shot that does millions of damage. And he also has Mini Nuob ult, which is pretty cool too. So that's pretty cool. I like him. His escape is really strong too. If you like run into someone, you just teleport over his head all glitchily. It's really weird. And if you have like 100 ping and that happens to you, you have no idea what's happening. It's great. And we'll get to one of my favorite gods, but I can't give him a high rating. And that's Crowbro. That's what I wrote on my list at least. This is Kronos. So Kronos is one of those gods that you make it to a 50-minute game of Conquest, and you're like, thank God I picked Kronos, because I can't lose now. He scales super hard. Accelerate, I think it's called, on the spin on the left, that gives you 35% magic damage on hit. Just makes people's health, and Tower's health, and Titan's health, and Phoenix health, they're just gone. Their health bar disappears every time you hit them. It's great. But in Arena, you hit that peak at like 14 minutes. And at 14 minutes, you have less than 8 minutes of a game left every time. Your Arena games are going from 16 to 22 minutes on average. So if you make it past like 22, you're like, oh, I'm Kronos, la la la, I gotcha. But before that, you're just Kronos. And Accelerate doesn't do anything before 10 minutes of the game, so he's just Kronos. Now we get to Cupid, and Cupid's got an A-, and literally everything I wrote on the page for Cupid is sick ult, bro. Cupid ult's really good. There's no other way to say it. Cupid ult's good. That's it. Heart Bomb's okay. Fields of Love, good. And then we got Fenrir. I'm gonna give him a B. I just want to point out, like, oh, an assassin! Oh, look at, oh, jeez, look, assassins! They're all Bs except for Arachne because she's unplayable. Oh, who put them there? So Fenrir is better than Bastet and better than Wheelix and probably about equal to Baga. But Fenrir, because you get runes on your jump and you're sitting pretty. But he has this problem where you have to super commit to fights. And super committing is really bad in Arena. Trust me, I dive Fountain all the time. And Fenrir, like, I love diving. And you just can't on Fenrir, because you have to build damage to do anything. If you're building tank, you're just useless. And he's a dog. So he loses credit for being a dog, too. Because he gets destroyed by a Milkman character. We got to Freya. I put here weak early, amazing late game carry, easy to shut down. And I think that's true about like Kronos and Ullr we'll get to later. But Freya has super good late game potential. She is a super hyper carry. You hit Pulse, you hit Radiate, I think it's called. You just boo, 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 and people are dead. People are dead because it does like 600 damage at attack, and you're Freya. And then you have an ult that gives you like 4 seconds of invulnerability. You get hit by dots, but nobody cares about dots. You also get hit by Nuha ult, which I found out the other day, which is funny. But she just like kind of dies in midair, then like teleports to the ground. It's amazing. But she's good. Like you could get her to that point where she's good. And we got Geb, A-. It's like all the Guardians are A-, except for Ares. It's strange. So Geb has a strong ult. He has a strong knock-up wave seismic toss thing. He has a good roll. Roll's like surprisingly underrated. You could bop people across the map and then they get really upset. And then they call their teams hackers. And then you have the shield, which shield is still the best ability in the game. They haven't changed it to the point where it's not yet. Being able to cleanse anything. You could just, like, Ao Kuang's ulting someone. No, just throw a shield on them, they're fine. And knocks inside people, gets hit by new ult. That's good to know, actually. So Geb's shield is the reason he's not B. I would put him at B if he didn't have shield, but shield's just absurd. So he gets that. He gets credit for that. Let me get to Guan. I think Guan's A tier in Arena. But why would you say that? Guan's not good. Why are you putting these warriors above these assassins? Well, Guan has a great ult in Arena. You could hit 4 or 5 people all the time with the swipes. And then you come down, you hit the 1.5 second stun. You just give them the spin wizard. They're just like, oh, the spin wizard, that's a stupid name. and you just kill people. And his heal's really good. You max the heals like second. The priority is ult, spin, heal. So you max it before your dash. And it heals for like 500. He heals more than Chang'e does late game, surprisingly. So he gets that. He also does a surprising amount of damage for building 0 damage items, which is a big plus. And you can't get pulled by Ares while ulting, which is a plus by like half these people. Because Ares is stupid. And if you have CC immunity on her, then he is not stupid. We get to Hades. Hades is the first Guardian who gets a B. Now, the reason he gets a B is because he's literally a mage. He's not a Guardian. You can't do something if you have a full damage. Well, if you go full damage Hades, you could potentially carry games. But Hades is one of those gods where if they have a jump, you just are like, oh, well, shit. Like Odin. Odin and Hades are in the spot where if they have a jump or they buy combat blinker beads, you don't do anything. And like Hades is good at wave clear. That's sweet, I guess. He has a silence / fear and an ult. Besides that, he's pretty useless. I put him B / C actually, but I'm not gonna put him in C. He doesn't deserve that treatment. Bumblebee, Arachne. Alright. We'll get to Hebo. Habla. I put him at B also. I feel bad. Hey, aloha. So, Hebo is probably the fastest to accelerate to his burst damage, hyper carry potential. He's also the squishiest, easiest to kill piece of water on the face of the earth. You could step in his puddle and he just dies every time. He's like, okay. He doesn't scale as hard as Freya or Mercury. We'll get to him later. But he does a good amount of damage and dies to everything. So, the fact that he dies to everything is why he's B. He's an assassin. And look at all the other assassins. They got good treatment, didn't they? And we got to Hell. Hell's a S-. Still better than Chang'e. Still better than Afro. Still better than Guan. I'm saying it because Guan's a damn healer. They could nerf her another time, and I still think she'd be very good. The change to Weakening reason she's not in B, where I had her a long time ago. I don't think that they should have done that to Weakening Curse. It should just remove healing from the game. Like Odin ult. Odin ult does that. Odin ult didn't get changed. Evo has 3 ults and he's a B? Water Cannon's not an ult. Water Spout might be. Wave is an ult. So there's that. There's not much to say about Hell that hasn't already been said. She's good. She, the timing on, you can max the 2 first, I think it is. The one that gives slow and, CC immunity. If you max it first, you could be immune to Ares pull, which is sweet. But you don't max it first, so it'll never matter. And we get to Hercules. This is our physical guardian right here. So much CC on a physical dude guy. He has a flip ski, he has a boulder toss, he has a dashy move, and he has a heal. What more is there to want? Herc is pretty good. I like him. I like him a lot. There's not much to say about Herc. He's just a CC machine that doesn't die. And we'll get to Water Cannon does 700 damage every 2 seconds. Yeah? But he's dead. You cast one and you're dead because 2 seconds is his lifespan. We'll move on to Hui. Hui is A- in my book. The only reason he's not a solid A is because casting Ricochet in Arena is not what you want to be doing because you're not going to bounce it ever. And if you do, props to you, man. But I can't hit those bounces. The only, like, if I'm communicating with my friend and he throws a Thor wall and I can bounce off of it, that's cool, I guess, but besides that, you're just a guy. A guy with an ult that does a ton of damage. And a kind of okay escape that used to let you walk through the air like Freya. That's it. Like, Mark of the Golden Crow is still the best hunter ability in the game. So there's that. You can't brawl him. Ooh, we get to one of my favorites. Alright, we get to an assassin that's like tier here. Hun Baps! I love the Baps. So, Hunbat's ult is, in my book, one of the best abilities in the game. You can't escape the Donkey Kong jungle beat. You got the bongos and you got the smacky smacky. So that's pretty much it. You got the bongos and the smacky smacky. His passive's absurd. He gives him 35, 35, 30. It gives him crit chance when you cast an ability, which is great. They nerfed Deathbringer, which nerfed him a bit, but you can't, like, just... He wasn't heavily reliant on Deathbringer. You could buy Malice still. Malice is still good. I like him. I like him more than most people, so I'll admit it. Get the Isis, the terrorist god right here. She has an ult. If you're playing Isis well, you could drop an ult on Ares when he's pulling your team, and then his whole team uses their abilities, and you're like, oh, let's give him damage reduction. And then you pop it, you heal the full health, you kill him. That's how you beat Ares right there. Isis has the book of spells. She also has that sweet shadow skin that, you know, that doesn't make her better, but it's cool. Spirit Ball is really good. Wing Gust is really good. She has a silence. She has a great ult. A. That's it. We get to Yanis. I love Yanis, but he's an A-. So I put him as an A-/F. Now, Yanis could throw a game by himself. Portal is like Vanish from Freya is so swingy. You could just be like, "Oh, game's over. I'm Yanis." Screw your team over. Deny your team 50 kills. You Aegis them, and then your team's like, "That's sick." I love this Yanis on our team. So he's an A- if you're not trash, but if you're trash, F's not even on this list. That's how bad you are. You're below the list. Kali. Kal B. See what I did there? So, Kali can hard carry, but she's in the chrono spot where if you don't make it to, like, if you're not average on, oh jeez, you're gonna be sad, Moogie. If you're not on average with your opponents, you're not gonna do anything. I don't think she's good. I'll be that guy. Like, Kali loses to Mid Guardian Mail, she loses to Witchblade, she loses to Crippling Curse, Enfeebling Curse, I think it's called. Kali is, you know, an assassin. If she was ranged, she'd be good. Huh? That's all I have to say about Kali. I don't think she's as good as people give her credit. Another Guardian in the A- tier? What are you doing, Dom? We have Khepri. I love Khepri. They nerfed his ult, which needed to happen. They also nerfed his ball of damage reduction, which absolutely needed to happen. I think it was a very good ability, and now it's still good. Whoa, holy crap, balls. So we got Khepri. I think Khepri is good. He has a ridiculous ult, a great, like, his pluck is better than Sobek's pluck. It's close, but it's better. And he's just a bug, so he gets cool points for being a bug too. We got Kukulkan. I'm gonna give him an A-. He's probably like A, to be honest. But I hated playing against old when his name was Alquang, and he used to say, "A mighty storm," the kind of like Alquang says it now. But Kukulkan said it every time he cast Tornado, every single time. And there was one on both teams, so you heard a mighty storm every second of the game. And I ripped my page. I ripped these pages out and put them in like a loose leaf binder, and I just ripped it by slamming my binder. I'm sorry, page. I'll fix that eventually. But let's put that over here. Yeah, I feel a little dumb. But a mighty storm, I hated him. I hated him so much. Like, randomly kills you sometimes. I wrote this. Sometimes dragon kills you. It's not predictable. It just happens. Alright, we'll move on. Oh, no, I love you, Kumba. But you're the first Guardian to not be an A-, I believe. Or an SS. So Kumba has CC, some more CC, a little bit of CC, and some more CC. You know, CC's good and all, but if you're not killing them, what does it matter? His passive is bad, but it won me a game last night, so there's that. I don't know. Like, maybe he's actually A-, and I'm just not giving him enough credit. But I think he's worse than Capri, Geb, Bacchus, Athena, Cabrakan. You know, he's good, but he's not good. On that note, we're moving on, because he's just not good. We get to Loki. Oh my god, guys! An assassin at A! That isn't Hunbaps! An actual assassin! An actual assassin! That's right, Loki. You're an assassin. So, Loki, / Hard God. That's his name. That's what my friends call him. Who are you playing? Oh, I'm playing Hard God. Oh, it's Loki. Every time. So, he's strong. He will assassinate you, unlike some other assassins that just have it as their name. Easy kills on him. I wrote that. It means he will kill you, and he's hard to kill. And Decoy with Transcendence is free stacks. Money. Money in the bank. Stacks because I'm Loki. So, I think he's really good. We get the Dusa. Dusa, A-. So, Dusa goes to an A, and so does Athena, if you have Medusa and Athena. Because her ult's really good. See you, Mugi. And, she has a good ult, and her 2 clears waves. She has a good attack speed steroid that does a lot damage, and she has a dash that's underwhelming, but she's a good hunter. Like, her passive's cute. I don't know if you still buy Fatalis on her, but you can, I guess. Alright, moving on. I don't really want to touch on these dude guys that... We're going to zoom out, actually. I forgot I could do that. I was like, where's the C? Look at that. That looks way better, doesn't it? I should have had this the whole time. Alright, so we got Merc. Merc, I put... Oh, come on, Merc. So, he's B. He's, another assassin at B. Merc's almost A-. I think he's better than most of these other assassins that I put at B. He has the ability where he could just randomly carry games, because he's Merc. Which happens way more than it should, because he's Merc. You activate your move thing, the one that looks like a fist, and you go punch, 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 and people die. You make the punchy punch. So there's that. His ult's pretty crap. Special delivery's pretty crap, and then you have his Q, which you buy crit for, and it's good. That's it. We'll just call him good because he's good. Ninja. Woo! Ready for this? I'm gonna make a bold statement. Worst god on the list. There you go. It's that simple. So Ninja has coin toss. She has ult and coin. I literally put, like, if you could see this, don't pick this thing. Because I didn't want to be gender inappropriate here. I don't know what it is. But Ninja, not very good. Just no pick of the Ninja. You don't have to pick of that. We'll get on to Neath. I just want to get off of Ninja, to be honest. Ninja scares me. Neath, we got A-. So Neath is a hunter. So, she's good because she's ranged. She has high damage. But she is a weird hunter because she's not gonna hard carry your games with her in hands. She's gonna get you that small marginal advantage with her global ult that randomly kills people. That ring that reduces attack speed is a big deal when you're fighting her, actually. You can't really brawl her, because if she hits that, you're like, sadness. Oh, I'm sorry, my nose is so itchy, guys. She's a ball of fun. Her backflip's annoying. her Q thingy. I call it. Sorry, I have it mapped to Q space ER and not 1, 2, 3, 4, so I call it Q. Her Spirit Arrow is a good route. She's good all around. And then we get to Nemesis. Better than a B. We did it. Another assassin better than B, guys. So Nemesis, I think she's better than all these other assassins because she scales into the late game, which Arena gets to way faster than Conquest does. You throw your ult down on a Geb or a Bacchus, like right at the start of the fight, and they will die. They will not live. Nem is good like that. Nem is sweet. I like her. I don't actually play her that much. I'm just saying this because I think she's good. So, people should play Nemesis. That's what I'm saying here. Moving on to Nox. Nox has this innate ability. She's A. She has this innate ability to throw down her silence pool and remove Guan and Thor from the game because they have channels. And anyone else with a channel who I'm forgetting. Let's look. Kabrakan has a channel. Anubis has channels, except for his ult, which he doesn't care if you silence him. So, Nox has that, and she has that good root that she channels. She counters Nox. But that pool, by itself, is an amazing mage ability. So, I think that's why she's good. Nua, A-. She has a good ult. The Clay Soldiers randomly piss you into hate this game town when you play her and when you're against her. I think she's really good. The Cloud does 1,000,000 damage. Your Metal Toss does 1,000,000 damage. I love Nua. She's good all around. She doesn't have escapes, which is her weakness. Get on to Odin. B. Odin. You gotta be there. Now, Odin's one of those gods that fluctuates a lot. Like, if they have a healer or a lot of attack speed guys, you put the ring down, they're like, oops, done. But if they have jumps, then you're like, oh, now I'm done. I'm stuck in my ring. So, Odin, very fluctuating. He has amazing wave clear, though, with Bird Bomb. Boom. This hurts me. Because I love Osiris. Osiris is so good. I wish he was so good. He's really good in Conquest. The attack chain of cha-cha, ba-cha, 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 ba-cha the butcher, I'm the butcher. Those attacks are great. And his ult will remove Hell. Really good against Guan, Chang'e, Afro. You hit him with it, and then he just laughs maniacally because that's all he could do. But you know, he does it well. He's okay. Like all these C's, by the way, they're not unpickable. They just require something. You gotta be feeling them. You can't just pick them casually. Get on to Poseidon. An A! Oh my god, Poseidon. So Poseidon, I've wrote down, just buy Gem of Isolation and Whirlpool, you can't lose the game. That's annoying as hell. You have to get a Winged Blade to get out of that, and it doesn't feel good getting a Winged Blade for just Poseidon. So, there's that. Also, Kraken is insane burst damage if you hit that little speck in the middle, and you got the waves going. So, Poseidon's great. He's like all around balanced in Arena. I like him a lot. And if you have an Ares, I got you now! And to unleash the Kraken, boom! Whole team's dead. Boom! That's the team exploding. Kraken, boom. We get to Ra. Ra is an A-. I think he's worse than a lot of the other mages, but he's still good. Ra has this ability where he's easy to play. Anyone could just pick up Ra and be like, yeah, I know how to play this guy. I have a heal, I have a beam, I have a bigger beam. And the blind's annoying as hell, too, if you're chasing after him, so I guess it's kind of an escape. His passive is an escape, too. I like Ra. I wrote, not the best, not the worst. So, you know, you can't really go wrong. You can't really pick Ra and be like, Ra was the worst pick. I'm hard countered. Because you never feel like that when you pick Ra. It's great. Get to Rom. I think I'm gonna get hate for this, but I think Rom is as bad as AMC in Arena. You have an ult. That's all you have. I wish he had more. I like him, but all you have is an ult. Like astral arrows, you have to go in and kill yourself to pick them up. Do you want to kill yourself to pick them up? No. No, you don't want to kill yourself. Don't be that way. Astral arrows are bad. Like, he's good in Conquest. To pick him in Conquest. That's where he belongs. This isn't his home. Get up to Ratman. That's what I wrote his name as instead of Ratatasker. Ratman's a way better name. So, Ratman, I wrote Visible Loki counterpart. More predictable, but more annoying. So, if you've ever died to Ratman and then watched your team chase him and not kill him when he gets away at 5 health, you'll know how I feel every time I play against Ratman. So, he's so annoying. And he does so much damage. If they didn't nerf his ult, I'd put him at a higher rank, but I think an A is right as about where he belongs. Like, you're never like, oh, Ratatasker is the most broken shitter and I hate him. Well, you might act like that, but he's not. So you should feel bad about that. Moving on. Ravana. I put him at B, actually. I think he's better than these guys. These duders right here. So, Ravana has this potential to, like, hard carry a game. Way, way harder than anyone I put at the C before. You get, like, a chin size on him. Chin size, Frostbound Hammer. You know what I mean. That annoying build. He's just like, and then he does the backflip, the kick. And then he charges at you, and you just feel like shit the whole game, because he will remove you. He's Warrior Anubis. He's annoying. And he's good in certain team comps. And I like him. He's in a similar spot to Osiris, in my opinion, too, where you have to stick on someone with them, and if they have peel, he's just worse. Alright, moving on to Scylla. All around A, Scylla. She used to be higher up in my book, actually, because her ult is very good in Arena. But that's okay. She doesn't need to be the best. She could be just good. I don't know why. I've been playing a lot of Arena recently. Don't see a lot of Scylla, actually. It's surprising. Should see more Scylla. People pick Scylla. Who we up to? Oh, Cirky. Weekend, don't smite me. We're putting Circat at a solid B. We gotta zoom out again. Aye. I think this should be the last time I zoom out. I'm sorry, anyone with bad eyes who can't see this. So, Circat, I wrote, very difficult to play. Ult can be absurd. So you throw him into the 5-man, like, Circat's great. If you get that kill with the ult and it transfers other people, you're draining in gravy. You're just the happiest person. And if you don't, and you get kills here and there and every once in a while, you don't feel too bad. You're just like, I'm helping, kinda. She's the worst Loki, in my opinion. So, that's where I put her. And here we go. Here comes the shit fan. Boom! Sobek's the best Guardian in Arena besides Ares and Zing. You heard it here first. I think Sobek in Arena is so good. He does so much. I pick him all the time. He has a built-in anti-heal that heals him. He has so much CC, and I even put Love Sobi. Because I love him. I think he's a very good god. You're never like, oh, Sobek's broken either. He's just balanced, and that's what A means. A means good. Good, but not too good. Like, these guys, I could probably make half of these A's if I wanted to, and I wouldn't feel bad about it. I wouldn't be like, these guys need buffs. These guys need changes to be way better in Arena. These guys need the changes. These guys could use a buff here and there. These guys don't need buffs. These guys don't need buffs. These guys don't need buffs. There we go. That's where I'm putting this at. But Sobek is good. I like him. Get the soul. Boom. A+. They just nerfed her, and you'd think it would be a big change, but she still destroys you, and she still has 3 seconds of invulnerability. And anyone with 3 seconds of invulnerability is good in my mind. Built-in walking Aegis. I don't buy walking Aegis, so it feels bad to have one on someone. I wrote, any god with 3 seconds walking Aegis must be good. And someone tried to convince me that Sol was hard to play, and I was like, you're an idiot. You cannot convince me that she is hard. I wrote on the page. It's in the book. Alright, get to Swuk. Sun Wukong, solid A. So Sun Wukong has this thing where he is impossible to kill because his ult keeps him alive. His dash keeps him alive. He's sweet like that. And he's a monkey monk. He does a lot of damage with the 2 and the 1 also. You can just shred people and feel bad. I still buy Bluestone on this guy even though they nerfed it. I think Sun Wukong's one of the... Sun Wukong and Thor I buy Bluestone on. And I feel bad for it because it feels bad. But sometimes I'm like, yeah, I felt like that was right. And Sun Wukong, I feel like it's always right to buy Bluestone on. It's just me. We get to Sylvanas, another A- Guardian. But I love Sylvanas. He hits R, and then everyone goes, bloop plant. And then you feel great, because bloop plant. You hit those grabs, like at max range, and you feel like the best player in the game every time. I love Sylvanas. And Wisps is a great ability. Wisps is very good. Very good heal. Get on to Thanatos, and Assassin at B. Dom, stop. You're annoying me. You're so lazy. I'm not lazy. I thought this through, kinda. So Thanatos is just not an assassin. Like, he will not hard carry a game as hard as Loki will, or as Ao Kwang will, or as Ratman will. He'll just kill people here and there and heal, because that's all he does. Move on to Thor. Now, Thor is very, 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 very good in Conquest. I think he's one of the best gods in Conquest. In Arena, he suffers from this thing called CC. Now, when you're not getting the gank on people, they see you coming. They will CC you. And you CC a Thor who's spinning, you hit him with a hard stun, he goes, oh, I'll just wait 11 seconds to play the game again. Because this spin is his bread and butter. And you burn the toast that they put the bread and butter on, you feel bad. So, whoop. You know, he's just not, he can't get the jump. That's a problem. Move on to Tyr. Oh, a B. I'm sorry, Tyr. So, Tyr's main problem is that they nerfed Blink. Tyr was super, you had to buy Blink every single game on Tyr. He was the only god in the game where my starting build was Blink 2, Boots 2. And I can't do that anymore. Well, I can, but it's bad, because Blink has like an hour-long cooldown. Every time Blink's up, you get a kill, though. So, now that you don't get a kill every 45 seconds, he's worse. And, like, he's still fine. I still like him. He's just... don't feel bad about picking a B, by the way. Don't ever be like, I don't know if I want to play these guys. They're fine. You can pick them in every single game. No one will stop you. C's, you can pick them in every single game. No one will stop you. But someone might get mad, like, you picked Osiris in Arena? What are you doing? I've seen those people before, because I play Osiris in Arena. But, you know, Tyr's good. People at B, I think, are good. People at C, I don't. Just so I let you know that. Uller. Ow, bank. I love Uller. He's one of my favorite gods to play. I love him so, so, so much. He's just not good. He's better in Conquest than a solo lane. I think that's his home. I play him in solo lane at least. So, that's it. I don't know. I like him. Like, if you can land every ability every time, he's good. I also put almost impossible to play with 100 ping. True. I don't get 100 ping, so I don't know how it feels. Vamana, ping! Alright, now Vamana's problem, CC actual 0. He has a knockup and a slow, and those aren't strong CC. Like, the knockup would be good, but you're not hitting it every time, because... See, here, let me draw out this image here. Let's get on paint, actually, so I can describe this real quick. Alright, here, this is Vamana charging. You're charging at someone, let's say they're standing here. You're going fast, let's say this is your speed, this is their speed. And then you're like, oh, they're over here. and you miss the knockup. That's how Vamana works. Very, very good at being kited. Way below average. Great at wave clearing. That's a plus. Vulcan. A-. I think Vulcan is very good. I have always vouched for Vulcan to be picked in competitive. I don't know why Pretty Prime doesn't play him, to be honest. Like, I don't think Titan's a good team. I'm going to be straight up and say that. I think Pretty Prime's a good player. And Pretty Prime needs to get on his Vulcan if he wants to win games. I need to see some Vulcan in competitive, man. But I just want to see some Vulcan. He has, the grenade is absurd. Grenade afterburner clears the wave, or you max turret, and the turret clears the wave, and you could rotate and still get XP because turret does that. And sometimes his ult just randomly kills you. You're just like, oh, did you hear that? And you listen, and you hear, whoosh, and you're like, and you look on the ground, and there's this orange circle around you, and you're like, I'm fucked. I love it. X-Ball, one of the better hunters. We'll put him where he belongs. A+. X-Ball, since the beginning of Arena, has been the best Arena hunter. Absurd in Arena. And you get your stacks on your passive. What more do you want? What more do you want? There's nothing more you want. Be honest with yourself. It's X-Ball. He's good. I love him. You never feel bad about playing X-Ball, because he's sweet. And Zing. We filled that X+ slot, guys. Zing is not quite Ares level of I hate this game, why did he pick this guy? But he's very close, and he would be if he didn't just get nerfed. He's one of the few gods where the nerf actually made a difference. They reduced his early level damage, which makes a difference, because I do level 1 invades on enemy buffs, solo or duo, try to get the drop on the buff and just run. And the early damage getting removed means I can't do that, so jerks. But his ult is still busted, and him and Ares. This is a big note here. Ares and Zing, if they're on the enemy team, just buy beads. Don't question it. Just buy beads. Like I'm a person who waits on actives in Arena, and I will buy beads. I think you just need them. You're straight dead to Ares, you're straight dead to Zing, just beads. Beads and be happy. So we get to Ymir. Another better Guardian in my book. Him and Sobek, I think, are just all-around balanced. Like, I love them. They do... the reason I like them is because, let's say you have a jackass on your team that's AFK and you don't have enough damage. You could just convert into damage and no one will stop you because you're Ymir. You can buy, like, what's a janky item? Like Bancroft's Talon on Ymir and just hit... You use your whoosh, and then they're just dead. You hit them for the stun. You hit them with... You club them like baby seals. You club, and then they're just dead. Ymir's sweet. We get to Zeus. Solid A. Very, 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 very high damage. I don't know if any of you guys played back when Zeus used to stun. But thank God he doesn't stun anymore. Zeus was like S+ back then, in Arena at least, because he used to just detonate, and it was like a 0.3 second stun. You were just like, look, there's no way he could catch me. Detonate, attack, dead every time, and you always felt like trash. But the change where he lost the shield that I never skilled up, and he now throws it, and you can attack it and wave clears. It's very good. People don't understand how important minions are in Arena. They're just like, deathmatch, blah, blah, blah. And then creeps go in our portal and we lose. So I'm always on creep defense, and, you know, I like having abilities that clear waves, and Zeus does that. Speaking of clearing waves, we get to Zhang, who's a B. Now, Zhang gets marginally better if your team allows you to get those creeps. That's a big deal with Zhang, the Zhanger. So, if your team allows you to get those creeps, be happy. If not, you will be the worst pile of trash in the game. No offense. And that's it. I hope everyone enjoyed the tier list. Be sure to check out my stream. I stream Arena daily. At least 6 days a week. So check it out. The times vary. Have a good day, everyone.